Miss Clalamba did make a bamba. I think that's a Duiker, from what I can see. Clalamba. She had her mama's Duiker yesterday, and now she's got her own. We're on Juma though, we're very much on Juma, which means at least we'll get to spend a day or two with her. Now, all this action that you've seen this morning has happened in a very small radius. It's all happened very close together. Clalamba, Thandi and Maribye were of course together yesterday and this morning. Clalamba separated, but it's all happened in a really sort of close proximity to one another. So she's made the kill just moments ago, as you heard, and yeah, we're just relaxing. You know, we go grocery shopping and then we keep all our groceries in the cupboard. We don't eat them straight away. Same thing. What a morning. I went to bed feeling so sad last night. Very, very sad, and I guess it's just nice to just see Juma be Juma. Davi always says Juma is the place where you kick a marula and a leopard falls out. So Davi just goes around kicking marulas. No, I'm only joking. But it just refers to the really high density of leopards that we have here. And this morning just shows you 3, all related, all Karula's lineage, in one very small radius. I love Clalamba Battery. There's nothing quite like it. Sharon, you are 11 years old and Clalamba, Princess Clalamba, sorry, is your favourite leopard. It's a tough one, Sharon. It's very tough to choose. But you know what? I'm going to agree with you. She's my favourite female. Without a doubt. Ravi was your favourite. I don't know if you will have all heard that, but he said Clalamba with heart-shaped eyes. Perfection. Look at the tail still twitching. Twitch, twitch. Up another jackleberry. I really don't even think she's opened that. I think it's a Duiker. It's either a Duiker or a steamboat. From what I can see, I think it's a Duiker. The Duiker populations are not doing too well right now. That's a Duiker. She's resting. As soon as leopards get the kill hoisted, really, there's not much to worry about. The hyenas were really close by earlier, and I wonder if they will have heard the screams or pick up on the scent and come back. The only thing a leopard really has to worry about when it hoists are other leopards. Look what happened to Thandi. I mean, she had that hoisted perfectly yesterday, but Clalamba still got to it. And lions. Occasionally, lions will run up a tree to steal a kill from a leopard, especially in winter, especially when they're possibly separated from the pride and they're hungry. They can get up trees. They're just heavier. It's just not so easy for them to get up a tree. Whereas leopards, a few seconds and they're up there, defying all gravity. And they're so elegant in doing so. Ben, you're asking how often do we see? Oh, that's tricky. We don't see Clalamba every day. She comes and goes. She actually has quite a big territory. And in order to be a territorial female, she has to mark that territory, actively defend it. But we see her on a kill a lot, I would say. She's quite the huntress, taking after her mother. I mean, leopards, depending on the size, we get asked a lot, how often do they kill? I mean, it's a very difficult question to answer because it really depends on what they're killing. When Clalamba was younger, even Hosanna, they used to do a lot of sort of pouncing on scorpions and mongoose and squirrels and eating the small things, which will tide them over. But if they make a big kill, like a big impala ram, that's going to last them a long time, and therefore they're not going to need to eat so often. So it really depends on what they're killing. But a duiker would normally last about 2 days, 3 at the most, depending on how hungry she is. But remember, it's winter. The animals are eating more in order to keep warm. I'm sure Chauncey will be excited he can come and meet Miss Clalamba this afternoon. Look at the size of those paws. They are not small. Penguin. I hope I've got that name right. Apologies if I've not. You have said she is really growing up to be quite the beautiful leopard. Oh yes, I mean she was a gorgeous cub. And we knew, I mean, Tingana and Thandi's genes could not go wrong. What could go wrong with that genetic mix? Not much, I think. I sometimes think she looks facially like Tingana, but that's just my personal, I know you shouldn't say on that, those sort of observations, but I see that, but she's also very like her mom. But seeing Thandi walk along, I remain like that. Thandi's so small. She's very petite. Lucine, you're asking about control of the tail. There's no bone in the tail, it's just muscle. So yes, they do have control over it. And normally they can twitch to communicate their feelings, body language. If a leopard's not happy with your presence, they'll raise the tail and they'll twitch it rapidly. And that is a sign, especially if you're on foot, it's time to leave. This leopard is telling you they're not happy with your presence. Sometimes they raise their tail when they're walking along a road to show the white side, and we call this raising the white flag. They're just trying to say, hey everyone, yes, no need to alarm call, we're not here to cause anyone harm. But they probably still would. This is just sort of to make peace. The birds will be alarm calling, the monkeys will be alarm calling, the impalas will be alarm calling. But it conveys a lot of body language. It also acts for stability and balance in trees. Tails have a lot of functions in the animal kingdom across the board, but communication in cats is a big one. And when we went off air earlier, Darby said, my goodness, Maribye was really smacking Thandi hard in the face with his tail. And he was, but this is actually a very big sign of affection between mother and offspring in leopards. He constantly wants to wrap his tail around her, and it just strengthens their bond, mother and cub. And that's why he's always putting his tail in poor Thandi's face. And he probably is doing it quite hard without meaning so, but it's a real sort of sign of affection within leopards.